To start your hat, let's go ahead and make a magic ring by taking the end of the yarn and wrapping it around your fingers twice in a clockwise direction. Now insert the hook into the ring and pull through a loop, and then chain twice. Make a regular double crochet into the ring. Now, instead of yarning over, we're going to insert the hook into the crossbar on the previous double crochet. So enter the hook right here and pull up a loop. That is your yarn over. Now insert the hook into the ring and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. You now have 2 linked double crochet. Once again, to make a linked double crochet, you're going to insert the hook into the crossbar of the previous double crochet and pull through a loop. Then insert the hook into the ring and pull through a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. You now have 3 linked double crochet in the ring. Let's continue until we have 11 linked double crochet in the ring, and then I will show you how to join them. We now have 11 linked double crochet in the ring. Now we need to close the ring before we do the next one. Let's pull on the end to find out which one is the one that pulls from the end. Now take the opposite end of it and pull the first ring to close. Now take the end of the yarn and pull it to close the ring. Don't pull too tight because you still need to be able to insert the hook into the ring. Now, like all the rest of the linked double crochet, go ahead and insert it into the cross post and pull up a loop. Insert the hook into the ring and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now we're going to go into the first linked double crochet, and if it helps for you to find that cross post, go ahead and use something to just pull up that post. Take the hook, insert it into the post, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and then go ahead and close the round by slip stitching into the top of the first double crochet. And we now have the first round. Now, just cut off the yarn at the end of the round and pull it through. Go ahead and sew in the ends so that you can prepare for doing the ribbing. Now that we have finished our linked double crochet rounds, your hat should look something like this. It's going to look really short, but that's okay. That's what we want. The feature of this hat is going to be the really wide ribbing that is worked in rows going around the hat. working into the ends of the stitches as we go. The single crochet ribbing stitches that we will do are a design that I came up with that I have no idea if it actually exists anywhere, but it is a more stable ribbing than a regular back loop single crochet ribbing. Because it is more stable, it is actually shorter than the width of each stitch. So because of this, we need to add extra rounds in order to accommodate for this. We're going to add stitch markers every 3 stitches as a reminder of where you need to add your increase. So we're going to put 1 every 3 stitches all the way around the hat. When you get to the end, if it does not end up perfectly in a 3 stitch, that's okay. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. If you do not have a bunch of stitch markers, that's okay. I only recently got stitch markers within the last few weeks. So what I usually would do when I needed to mark a stitch would be to take an extra piece of yarn in a contrasting color and just loop it through the stitches all the way around. And that would be the markings that I would use. Just as you are working, either remove the yarn so it doesn't get caught, or you can work with the yarn still in place. Just be sure to make sure you do not accidentally stitch through or catch the yarn, or else you'll have to cut it out when you remove it. And when you're done, just pull the yarn out. So after you finish putting all the stitch markers in, it's going to look like a mess of tons of stitch markers. And as you notice right here at the end, there is a multiple of an extra. So I will be doing 1 extra round or 1 extra row right here in the end. It will also help to be able to not have a gap when I go to sew the ends together. Now we're going to attach the contrasting color 3 stitches before your stitch marker. So 1, 2, 3. Insert the hook and pull through a loop. For my size, I need to chain 15. Instead of working into the top loop of the chain, we're going to flip the chain over and work into the back ridge of the chain. Skip the first one and then single crochet in each chain across. This can be a little bit tricky sometimes. So now working back on the last round of your hat, slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. Now turn your work around, work back up the single crochet stitches, work a single crochet in the back loop only of each single crochet across. Now chain one and turn your work around. Insert your hook into the back loop only of the next single crochet, and then the next free loop one row below, and work a regular single crochet. Repeat this for every single stitch across. Turn your work so that the right side is facing, and take a look at it and make sure that the ridge that is showing is on the same side as the right side of the hat. Now that you're at the marked stitch, you're going to only slip stitch into just this one stitch. Turn your work around and working in the back loop only of each stitch, single crochet in each stitch across. Again, chain one and turn. Insert it in the back loop only of the next single crochet and in the next free loop one row below, and single crochet. Repeat that for every stitch across. Just as before, slip stitch into the next two stitches on the hat, turn your work, and single crochet in each stitch across in the back loop only. Repeat these rows until you get all the way to the end. Now that I have come all the way around to the other side, I have one extra stitch left. I could potentially fit 2 more rows in this area ending in here, but I have a feeling that I will only need 1 more row, and 1 row would be perfect since I came down this way for the first row. I need to end going up to keep the stitch pattern even. So if I take the 2 sides and hold them together, it looks pretty well even enough to where I can finish it off here and then show you how to sew the 2 ends together. Thread the end of the yarn onto a needle and turn the hat inside out. Now you can see on the beginning chain end, you can see 2 loops right here. Go ahead and insert the needle through both loops. Through the front loop right here and through this extra free loop. Go ahead and do that twice on the first one just to hold it very well in place. And continue with each stitch all the way down. And that's it. You can go ahead and sew both ends together and remove all your stitch markers. And this is your completed hat. You can go ahead and add a faux fur pom-pom, a regular yarn pom-pom, or you can add the crochet pom-pom in these instructions.